there was one more piece of the shower decor that was ordered special.
Yep. So I got this little eagle cutout with some inlaid pine trees and some mountains with a moon. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
So that'll go mount above the entryway to the shower, and it should be contrasted nicely with the lighter background.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So what's it made out of?
It looks like some plexiglass with a thin metal bound to it. You can see the sandwich layers there.
Cool.
So it was quite a bit less expensive than you can see the metal on the other side.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
Quite a bit less expensive than like a full-on metal piece.
Mm-hmm.
So should be neat. And I made a couple little spacers to keep it off the stone.
Pretty cool, man. The eagle has landed on the shower. Guys, it looks like it's been one of those weeks where we haven't really had the best news about our endeavors. Some bad news about the tractor, some bad news about our shed plans. So I don't know what you want to talk about first.
I'll talk about the shed. So for some reason the county, we've got setbacks, and I thought that the setback on the back of the property was about 10 feet, 15 feet, because there is a 10-foot easement or 5-foot easement that you have to be off of it. But they have a 30-foot setback off the line, which is, we're basically in the middle of nowhere. We're backed up to national forest, so it's not like there's somebody's house is right next to us. So who cares how close to the line you are? National Forest says don't be on our property. So, but where we were putting the shed is also a corner, so it kind of diagonals off of the property marker there, and then it goes to the northeast. So it would really limit putting like a lean-to on the shed. It'll push it further down the hill and closer to where the retaining wall is, and I don't want to be too close to that. Plus it'll make it closer this way, closer to where we're standing now. So
the way it's designed on the plans right now, it's not within the 30-foot setback.
Yeah, I had planned to go about 20 feet.
Yeah, so
plus, if you're close to the 30 foot, you have to get a surveyor to fill out a setback verification form. And I know our surveyor is the guy, we just did the line last year. I know he would charge us probably $300 or $400 just to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So
now we're faced with, do we redesign the shed, or do we reorient the shed, or put it in a completely new location?
Right.
Which I hate to do that since we spent months clearing this section out.
Yeah.
So now today we're gonna remeasure and
see if we could put it maybe somewhere closer to the house, maybe.
The other thing with the shed is that we heard back from the county, and they wanted us to get engineer stamp.
That's gonna cost us. He's $100 an hour. Mm-hmm. The engineer that lives next door to us. So
it was a little bit of a delay. So They did look at our plans, but they said now they need the engineer stamp, and the engineer said that we weren't within the 30-foot setback, which we weren't aware of at the time.
Yeah.
So
he's got work to do on the plan. So he just needs to do some calculations. I think they're probably fine. He was a little concerned that we were doing just a slab of cement. He started talking about having to go 30 inches to the frost line. I'm like, it's a shed. Mm-hmm. So nobody's living in it, just gear. It's still going to be well built. And there are people down the street that have sheds right on the property line. Mm-hmm. So big ones, it's interesting how they don't drive around looking. So, but we don't want to find out, 10 years from now that we have to tear down our shed.
Yeah.
So
we got to go and take some measurements and figure out what we're going to do. So we're on the back side of the shed area right now, and rock right there.
Yeah, where the tape is, yeah.
Where it's on the tape. That's 30 feet. So that's even before where the shed is. So the shed doesn't have to come any further back this way. Right. But we can't put a lean-to on the front side because that would put it within 30 feet.
Right.
Options might be to put a lean-to on the back side, except I don't remember if you remember the video where we built up the retaining wall on this side with logs. Not really like an official retaining wall.
Yeah, they're going to rot eventually.
So they'll eventually rot. So, Brian wasn't too excited about putting anything back here because he wanted the ground to settle a little bit more.
Yeah, I want to be as far. So right now we would be over 10 feet from the retaining wall edge, which is good. So, but we can always extend that out, build it properly.
Yeah.
This is one afternoon. We already had the logs, so we just stacked them up so we get the dirt in there to start settling.
Got rocks.
Yeah, this is all pretty solid here because these are all real big rocks that built this up around. So that'll be pretty stable. So
not quite as bad as you thought. I mean not as bad as I thought. I was thinking we were like on the edge, but we're really adequately far back enough in this direction. We're just, what'd you say it was, 4 feet?
Yeah, we need to go about 4 feet that way. So I'll just have to cut down just a few more trees to kind of level it out in the front.
I think it's still the right decision to put it here, though. Like as far as, time-wise.
Oh yeah.
If you want to get it done this year, or start on it this year,
exactly.
Or because otherwise we're clearing a lot of trees. Brian even thought about, well, what if we put it down where next to where the beehives are? That would change the whole look of our property if it was right off the driveway. Of course, the ease of access would be nice right there, but
sure. There'd be a lot of digging because that slopes down more. The slope is more than right here. So.
And you've been leveling this for a while and been really pushing the dirt for a while, and 4 more feet that way, not such a big deal. Just changes how we would put the lean-to on the structure. So maybe we don't add the lean-to right away. Maybe we build up the retaining wall first and get that settled next year, and then we could add the lean-to afterwards, and then we'll still be within the.
Right, that would make sense.
4 more feet over this direction. We're right on the edge of it.
Yeah, so it'd be about right here. So definitely want some more room to be able to, drive a 4-wheeler in or just access it easier. I want to have a little bit of a cement pad in the front for pulling a saw out, using a table saw or something like that. But because we have to buy at least 5 yards of cement anyway, because that's the minimum. So if we only get enough for the slab, then we're still paying for 5. So might as well use it.
Do you think the engineer is worried about a slab because of freezing and thawing and it might crack?
Yeah, probably. But I told him how we were going to reinforce it, so we might have to add more rebar to it or something like that. But
is that going to be his call?
Yeah.
to make it work, we'd have to just grade out a little bit more towards those trees there.
Right.
Yeah.
And it'll be pretty solid. There's tons of rocks in here, so it's not like, mushy dirt. So it should be pretty good.
There's a big pile of rocks right there.
I know, yeah. Then we can use those for building up the retaining wall. So.
And then I guess we should mention the tractor.
Oh yeah,
And
so
you can see our rocks are still in place.
yeah,
Haven't moved yet.
I started digging those out, but they were pretty solid in there. So they got to be some big rocks.
And they're still there because
the tractor is still at the repair shop. So several things they need to fix. One is the most expensive one is the front axle seal. It needs to be replaced. That was about a 4-hour job, I guess, maybe 3 hours. And then and this is unusual that I'm surprised this isn't covered by warranty, but there's a bad program in the computer. And so they have to reprogram the computer. So how that isn't under warranty, I don't know, but that's why it doesn't run well. You can't throttle it up to full throttle, and so that was their diagnosis.
Did they fix the program? Is that going to fix it? Is that what the
Yeah,
problem
he
was
said
last
once. Yeah, he said that probably was the same problem that was last time, but they weren't as thorough. The place we bought it from wasn't as thorough as the place I took it to this time. So they figured out that it was a programming problem. They actually called Coyote.
Oh.
They didn't just reset the computer and say it's all good. So we shouldn't have any more problems with it just suddenly idling down, throttling down. So
that's going to answer a lot of questions for people because they've wondered how many times we've had that problem. Have we had it since? Of course, we had it just now.
Yeah,
but people have been asking, how did you fix it and what's the issue and all that.
Yeah, so this is the second time we've had the problem, and hopefully this will take care of it for good. Yeah. But it's a proprietary program. You can't just go get a code reader like you do for a car and put it on a tractor and find out what's going on. So, for us, it's renting a trailer, driving it to Fort Collins and dropping it off, and then picking it up. So
it's a little bit of a scam.
Yeah.
A little bit of a scam to have to worry about computers and computer programs.
Yeah, why a tractor needs a computer, I have no idea. Yeah. But
so I guess the disappointing news is that we don't have the tractor this weekend.
Yeah.
So and that stupid thing wasn't covered under warranty.
Yeah, so it's going to be about $750, and then I had them change the oil as well, just to save me time. So. And
the hydraulic leak.
Yeah, the hydraulic leak, and then there was a couple of fuses burnt out that caused the lights to go out. So, but
all right. So, what's the task for today? I guess
today I'm finishing the insulation on the radiant.
Oh yeah.
Floor heat.
Can't really do any dirt moving until we get the tractor back.
Right.
So we're kind of stuck.
Yeah. So, finish that heat project, clean up the basement. Maybe I can cut these trees down. So, and then when the tractor gets here, I can dig the stumps out. So,
yeah. Okay.
I anticipate we'll get it back next week. So,
okay. That's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. Kind of a bummer of a week, but maybe we'll make it work out.
Yep. So we'll talk to the engineer and hopefully get that all squared away next week. And he had a few projects ahead of us. So, but hopefully it won't take him very long. He really just has to do some calculations and make some addendums to the plan. So
yeah, then we'll be official once he signs off on those.
Right, exactly.
All right, guys, that's the update for this weekend. We'll see ya.
We'll see you.